I'm getting started with core data in iOS. Now I creating a project, single view application. I name it my data and use the core data check mark. Then open the project. Next. Now this is my step-by-step documentation for the project. By end of the tutorial, we will learn how to model your core data, how to save data into core data, how to fetch data and show them into table view. Now I have already done create a project step 1, and now I have to customize the storyboard. Use a navigation controller for adding a add name button. I want to store some name on this app and save this name into core data. So see here, this is my view controller. I embed it in navigation controller, so it's been embedded. Now see my view controller. I added table view into my view controller, then position it. After positioning, I set the data source and delegate of this table view to the view controller so that the table view can find its data and delegate function properly. Now I am going to add constraint for the table view on the view controller's view so that it position properly. So I add auto layout constraint from the bottom. I am adding the top, right, left, leading, trailing constraint to its super bottom layout constraint. Now add a bar button item into navigation controller and name it add name. Okay, done. Now see the next step. How to do this? I just did the step 4. Now in step 5 I have to connect the table view into the view controller and the bar button item add name action. Here is the table view outlet with the name table view, then the bar button item action into the view controller. This action name it add name. Type any, then connect. Okay, now the button and table connected. Now I'm going to add a variable in my data. The variable name is names because I want some people's name. Step 6, register table view cell. I copy this code and paste it into view.load for registering the table view cell for sure. Now creating the table view data source extension. The code I already presented. In this code you will see table view delegate functions and the number of rows, then implement add name function action, add name action, with the function. In the add name, I created a alert controller, UI alert controller. In that activity, UI activity action, this will prompt you to add some name, and when you enter the name will appended into the data, into the name array. Now run this app. Running the app. Now I click add name, and this is the name. When I submit a name, it's working fine by appending the name into the array, names array, and showing them into the table view with the table view data source extension. I write the code from my documentation. This is a simple application. Now we are going to use code data. By first we have to model our code data, so and then save the code data into the code data. So for saving our names into the code data, we define the people variable with the instead of names variable ns managed object, which is the code data syntax. Then replace some code UI table view data source, and this code should be replaced with the existing code. Change it to people.count and then replace the code. So now table view will show the data from the people array, and we have to fetch the data from the code data to populate people array. Now find the add name function and replace the below following code. This is the save action. I am going to replace the save action for saving the data into my code data stack. So I have created a function called save by sending the name as parameter to the function, and I have to now create a function which is save, called save. In that function I will write the code for saving data into code data. I already created it in 5, so I copy this, code and paste it into my Xcode project under the view controller class. So paste it So here what I did a app delegate instance, object instance. If it's found, then declare the manage object constraint. Every time we want to use core data for fetching or storing data, we have to create a manage object constraint from the core data, then set the entity, and then fetch the person name with the entity. We will see later how to model the person data into the core data editor. Finally, I write a do catch block. In that do catch block, manage context dot save will save the data and append the people array with that person. Now for fetching data from the core data, we will check it in the view will appear function. Now we flow same step for fetching data. I write the code already and I want to paste it under the view did load function. So firstly, we again create a delegate object, then manage object constraint. Now going to fetch request from the person entity. Now try the managed context dot fetch request catch let error as NS error print could not fetch if we found some error. If we want to run the app now, then get some error at delegate crashed because we did not yet create the person entity in the code data editor. So I am now going to create this. See the person entity. We will now create an entity into the my code data.xc data model. Now add entity and double click on the entity name, then name it person, then select the person and add entity with the attribute name and the type is string. So now run this app. We have still problem, so I am going to what is the problem? NS entity description for entity new person could not locate. Okay, now I have to I already created it, so there is no problem for this. So what to do now? My name attribute is under the person, so this error could not occur. So I check this by creating another entity. This name is people. Okay, I have properly the name attribute under the person entity. So I think if I clean the project, then it will refresh. Now run again. Test what happened. Now add name some person's name. This is a famous person, and another add name. Now another name, Ashraful. Now another name, 3, 4 or 5 name, the name you want to add in the import data. This data are added successfully. Now we want to check that it is properly fetched or not by rerunning our project. Yes, it's now been properly fetched. Thanks for watching.